Hello. Oh, it's empty in here, isn't it? Let me adjust that value. Since today's stream, I'm hoping, will get appropriate attention from those who need it. Let me see if I can do this. Yes, I can. Look at that. We'll even cover some little audio preferences and settings, and whatever else I can cover. Usually I have a 2-minute intro, so we're gonna sit here and I am going to ramble for some time and let people come in and say hello, I guess. And look, I think somebody's here. It's the production values I love. What production value? I've only spent 3 hours working on stuff for this show. That's not value. That's just me doing a show. We're going to be covering a whole bunch of stuff. Let me quiet those crickets a little more. So, I want to preface by saying this stream is for everybody who wants it, but it's kind of specifically dedicated to those like Cog and Sinatra who would like to share the audio that I'm playing in a Hangout or in a Skype call or a Discord with other people without screwing things up. So what this will allow you to do is share either a video that you're watching, or it'll allow you to share sound effects or other things with the people that are there. Welcome, Zach. Welcome, Adam. I want to try and make this as easy a tutorial as possible, so I don't want to go too long, and I will answer questions as I go and at the end, so that it has some value to it for people. So, I'm not entirely sure where to start. I am not a teacher. What I'm able to do is take what people know, watch them use it or learn how they use it, and then go, okay, so this is what I do. And up on the screen now, you guys are seeing some of what I do. Not all of it is open at the same time all the time, but I do run through and use several different things. As most of you know, I have 2 chat bots in there. 2 names for the chat bots, but I have 2 chat bots in there. What am I talking about? I try to include a few things on here just for fun. A few things on here just, vanity. And then I put some images here because it's easy. So, where do I start? I use Voicemeeter Banana for my audio. And Voicemeeter Banana looks like this. It's kind of difficult to learn at first, but once you figure out some of the basics, it's really not that hard. I'm going to try and go through the basics, and then I'll show you a few little tips and tricks that I have. The first one here, all the way up on the left-hand side, I apologize, it's a little blurry. That's why I have such a large screen here. Up on the upper left-hand side, you'll see I have it written desktop mic. Now, I'm using a laptop, so it has a built-in microphone and camera. I have the microphone assigned to the first audio in. The second one, and you can't see my mouse pointing, so I'll move it for me, but illustrate to you. At the top says main mic condenser. Microphone Samson CO1U whatever. And that's the one I'm talking on right now, and you'll see it has different settings on it, unlike the one to the left. Now the third one you'll see says voice changer screaming B wave. That's just what I have set up right now. I'm not using it, but I can, and I can share it because of this program. Those are your 3 audio inputs for what you have. So if you have a soundboard or something and you connect it in, wherever your soundboard peripheral is what you'll connect those to. Let me see what I can do here about showing you a better view. I think it's this screen here. Oh, I should have done that one before. All right. Let's explain what the rest of the bars are, and then I'll continue. The next set, the last two large bars there, are your virtual inputs. Right now, you'll see it says voice meter VIO on the top and voice meter auxiliary for the two of them left and right, respectively. NumbedSkull, Cox said he will check it out later. He was about to crash. Fair. That's why I'm trying to do this and do it semi-quick and informative and answer questions for anybody that needs to watch it later. So the fourth meter right there, you'll see I also have a few settings turned on there, as well as the fifth, I have the one setting on. Now that is your desktop audio, and what Banana allows you to do is split up what your desktop audio is going to be. So let's say right now I wanted to watch a YouTube video and I'm just watching a clip over here before I decide whether or not to share it with the rest of you. Let's say that clip is Failure's Alarm, which I have turned down. Let's give it a little volume. Okay, so I'm sharing Failure's Alarm with you right now. Failure's Alarm is coming through on my desktop. You'll see where the audio bar is playing. You see where it's playing on the fourth meter. Not where I'm talking, but underneath where it says voice meter VIO. You guys hear it because I have that B1 clicked. Okay? You guys hear me because I have B1 clicked. Now if you'll watch, you're going to see real time as I click these features. If you can see the meter move. Now you can hear me speaking again. Now, if I unclick B1 on the desktop input, which is voice meter VIO, you can no longer hear that audio. Okay, now, some of you will notice up at the top here is A1. A1 is what you hear. I am listening to myself talk. This allows me to know what my background noise is, understand what you guys are hearing as I hear it. This allows me to try and keep up with everything that's going on. But I also hear this right here, and I hear this right here. This is the desktop. So now you guys can hear the audio going, but I can't. And if I unclick this, I can no longer hear myself talking, which after you learn how to do it, seems kind of weird to talk into a mic without hearing the audio in the background. I got used to it. I can handle it. I don't know about other people. Alright, so let's put my settings back the way they are. Let's turn off Failure's Alarm. Alright, now, up on the very top of the program, you'll see 3 tabs where it says A1, A2, A3. Now, I have A1 set up as my Realtek high definition speaker output. That's my audio output, the speakers on my laptop computer, which default to my headset when it's plugged in, which it is. So, with that being selected, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my Philips television as the second one. Hopefully it will not start playing through. No, okay, all the settings are right. It won't start playing through. But that the settings change just a little bit, and you'll see now it says Philips TV Intel Display Audio. So it found my television, it found the audio output, and it's now A2. So if I click A2 on what I'm saying, it'll echo through my TV, and you guys can hear that, and it'll start shrieking in a minute. Okay? So I can have multiple audio outputs. A, the designation for A, is what you hear. Okay? The 1, 2, and 3 is where you hear it. Alright? That's what the A is. Now B is where you're sending the audio. Now my B1 sends it out to default. Alright, what I will call default. What it does is I send B1 out on voice meter output VIO. which is B1. And then I use Google Hangouts, Discord, Skype to collect my output through Vio and then give me its output through Voicemeeter auxiliary input, which is the Voicemeeter auxiliary on the list. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to look at chat. Is everybody doing okay? Let me stop and take a drink. I hope I'm explaining this well enough for everybody to understand. I don't know if anybody is running the program at home, but it's kind of simple once you realize where everything goes. And until then, it just looks like a bunch of meters that move and screw up your audio profile. This is Voicemeeter. It is fairly complicated. But for instance, I can make sound effects sound really cool. So if I wanted to, let's take it off of me, put it on there, not send it to you guys, and then I will see I can play audio through my television. Let me turn that up a little. And it's not going to echo back through my mic.
Volume up. Volume up. 30.
30. 30 it is. That's going to get loud. Are we ready? We're going to get some clapping and laughter. Yeah, that almost sounds live. I got people here in the audience. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm doing my best. This is Voicemeeter. You can see everything as it's moving. So now that we've explained the first 5 meters, we've explained what A and B are, there's 5 more meters at the lower bottom. Ignore the video or the audio cassette. Basically, you can select an audio and play it in there as a sound clip, but I don't need to use that because right behind that you see I have a soundboard set up. Okay, now the last 5 meters you're going to see on the top left of each meter. It says A1, A2, A3, B1, B2. Now, that's the output to where it's going. Alright, so the first 5 meters are kind of the input volume, how loud they are going into anything. The last 5 meters are how loud they are coming out. So meter 1, you can see I'm listening to myself talk, and because I'm broadcasting to that channel, I can adjust how, whoops, let me click the right screen. I can adjust how loud I am in my own headset and how loud any of the audio comes out to me. Quick tip. If you double click the meter, it goes back to 0. Okay. On the B1, B2, you'll notice, I will do this to show you, as I pull the meter down, I'm going to get very quiet. My side. So if I am blurry or you guys need help, let me know. I just got loud. You can hear me. If I'm blurry or you need help, let me know. Again, double click to get to 0. Now, you can hear me now, right, Data? Okay, good. I know what I'm doing. I just forgot I was exempling. We've explained how all of Voicemeeter is. Now, this does you no good, absolutely, if you don't have everything set up right. And as I try to switch through scenes, here I'm going to show you, if it'll let me, I'm going to right-click the audio, and you'll notice, no, I'm going to left-click the audio, and it's not going to let me do it because it's open. Left-click the audio, not going to let me do it because it's open. There we go. Okay. When you restart sleep or set your computer in any other settings, and I apologize for the watermark, let me see if I can move that out for you guys. Okay, now, crap, where was I? Here. Now, if you click on it, it says Voicemeeter input 100%. You're going to see there's a drop-down menu in the Windows settings. Now, the drop-down menu gives you all your outputs. It's a little cleaned up since the update, but it's still kind of confusing until you know what you're doing. Voice meter input VB voice meter VIO is your primary output, the one that says voice meter VIO on your virtual inputs. The speakers is whatever goes out to. So you see mine says mic. My mic has a speaker plug to it. I don't use that. I have the TV, which we're sort of using, and then I have the Realtek definition audio. That's my speaker stereo, which is, or my laptop speaker output, which I'm connected to through with my headset, and then voice meter auxiliary input. And we will get to the auxiliary input, but if you change the settings from this or try to switch them to the opposite, I have tried, it will just screw things up. So I primarily use the voice meter input VB VIO. All right. What this does is this means anything played from my desktop or going into my desktop or routed to my desktop audio wise is going to go in to the voice meter VIO on the meter, which I will bring down here and show. Okay, so again, whatever I send in goes into here. I don't know how well you're going to hear me if I try to switch out because of my settings, and I will show you my settings on OBS in a moment. We're going to get there, but make sure you always go through your windows and click into each one of these and make sure that they're not X'd out like this, because Windows will often do that and you won't be able to hear anything. So, whoops. Let me do that, sorry. So try to make sure that you go through all of your settings and make sure that they're unmuted and all at 100. Alright? Then set it for the input that says VIO. That'll direct all of your desktop audio into the voice meter. Alright? And it will come in right here. Let me click that. Oh, wrong one. Let me click that and unclick that and click that. And now you guys can hear any audio I play again. Alright? Are you connected to the TV through an HDMI? Yes. And my computer automatically detects the TV's audio and video and separates it because of my video card. So if you guys differ from this setup because of your computer, it may change how things work. But this is just generic, I'm pretty sure. I've watched a few videos and then I tinkered with it for a few days so I got it to work. Now, there is a lot more than just voice meter to using voice meter. So now that we go through that, what should I cover next? I should probably cover how to take what you've done and put it into OBS. Let's start with OBS, I think. Alright, so on this fairly complicated generic screen I created for this stream today, we have covered voice meter. So let me move it down and out of the way. And we can just kind of keep an eye on it. Oh, there's something there. Yeah, there's something there. We can fix that. We'll move you up over that. There you are. Okay, so you can keep an eye on voice meter. What we want to look at next is OBS. And on OBS, which would be this one? No. This one. On OBS, you'll notice at the top, okay, I've already selected the audio profile. This is an image. This is not the actual, just so that I could have everything ready to show everybody. Now, I already selected the audio profile. My sample rate channels, ignore. Desktop audio device, I disabled the original. Same thing with the mic auxiliary audio device. Something about the way that Windows updated their settings for their own sound program changed how all this works. So this is my current settings. It may void out some of the instructions from my previous video. Desktop audio device 2, I have selected voice meter auxiliary input. So, I will continue to explain this, but we will get to it. This is where your conversations with people come back. And again, I'll try to be very detailed with it, and if you get confused, I'll try to explain it. But if you go down, it says mic auxiliary audio device 2. I suppose I could have done this under one for each of them, but me messing around, they were in these slots and I left them there. What do we got here? Download voice. Oh, thank you for tossing the link in there, Data. Or you could honestly just Google search, it'll show up too. The mic auxiliary audio device 2 is voice meter output VB audio voice meter VIO. So whatever I send out, so whatever goes out on the highlighted B1 in voice meter, whatever goes out on that highlighted B1 in voice meter goes to the mic auxiliary audio device 2 in OBS. And then, like I said, conversations come out through the last bar, the fifth bar over there, the voice meter auxiliary. They come to you through there, and you can send that out through B2 by clicking the B2 button, and that goes to your desktop audio device 2, which is the voice meter auxiliary input, the VB audio voice meter aux VIO. I'm probably starting to lose people here. If I am, please stop and ask, because it is moderately complicated. But realize you now have 2 desktop audios because of Voice Meter Banana. One of them is your standard desktop audio, where normally everything would come in at. But now we're going to take your conversations and we're going to split conversations you have with people via internet programs into a separate audio device. This also, by the way, works if you use Audacity. It works if you use Adobe products. Anything you use that has an audio connection in settings, you have to go into your settings and set it up to pick up from Voice Meter Auxiliary or Voice Meter VIO. And you will get the hang of it once you do it for a few programs and do it once or twice, and you will get the hang of it. It gets easier, trust me. I'm a moron. I'm a numbskull, and I got this. I had to draw it out on several pieces of paper to figure it out, but I got it, and now I'm going to teach it to you. So, hopefully you guys have all of that figured out at this point. It's 2 audios you want to feed in. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to move over to this screen, and I will resize my OBS window because it's far too big to put on that monitor. And we will bring OBS over and show you something. Now, on OBS, and I don't want to open the image, but I can in a minute. I know you guys are seeing this, so let me adjust this so this doesn't happen. Alright, so on OBS, yes, I came prepared for this stream. I can't stay, but you are leaving this up. I am leaving this up. There will be a whole stream. Hopefully I can keep it under an hour and keep it pretty explanatory. Now, on this screen, I'm showing you OBS, and you can see as I talk, the mic auxiliary 2, ignore the number 2, it's just where I placed it on the menu, again, just because I was testing some ideas. That's my mic going through. If I had a conversation with somebody right now, and I willingly take a participant here toward the end of the show, I have a Hangout open and I have Discord open. I can do different things and mess with it and show people. This is my audio coming through on the bottom and somebody else coming through on the top. It just, the way it's listed, you have to ignore and understand that you now split your audio into 2 channels, and those 2 channels are coming in. let's see. Let's get some audio down here to explain how to work your audio. So if you're playing something on the desktop, we're going to use The Great Debate soundboard for representation, I suppose, of any video, soundboard, sound effect, or anything. The audio effect on this soundboard, I'm pretty sure, according to the settings, goes out to the basic audio I would normally have. So it goes out to my desktop. So if I click something on here, I'm going to hear it through my headset anyways. So by splitting it, this still goes to the desktop. I'm not making that separate. I'm leaving this on the VIO channel. So when I play this, it's going to come through, and I will do this so you guys understand. Here is a voice meter. I'm going to mute myself and play a sound effect and show you on OBS that it comes through the same channel as me. Okay, and this is important, and I'll explain why in a minute. Mute. Okay, so obviously I just inadvertently taught you how to mute yourself going out to everything from your mic. Okay, it'll still read your making noise, but it won't send that noise anywhere. Beyond that, I also showed you that with this board, when I play a sound effect, it comes through in the same place that my audio does. Now, that is important. I can't move my Hangout down here. Can I open the settings menu? And oh, you guys can't see my screen. Yeah, you can. No, you can't. Damn it. How come nobody said anything? Alright, we're going to leave the black box there for a minute. Okay, so you see I'm moving on the green bar. And there's the mute button, which you guys should have been able to see, but I can't see that you see. Let me move OBS back out of the way. Oh, no, that doesn't help you guys if I move OBS out of the way. All right, let me move OBS here. Now, let me repeat the previous statement just so you guys all caught it. When I'm going to mute myself, play a sound effect that's going to come through the same audio channel as my voice. Like... Okay, so now that is important again because where's my black box? Trying to be cautious, guys, and you guys should all understand. What am I doing? Okay, I'm going to have to move OBS out of the way now that you guys have been able to see that, and the black bar is at the top, so I have to cross over here. Settings. Alright, you guys can see just enough of that. I might be able to make it larger. That doesn't help much, but there you go. Now, at the top, you see OBS camera. I'll explain that in a moment towards the end of the show because that's separate from the audio features. Next, you'll see voice meter output. Now, this is the mic. You can see there's a little... barely see there's little green dots as I talk that's picking up the mic. So this is taking the voice meter VIO, okay, voice meter output VB audio, voice meter VIO. I know there's a lot on this list. Ignore most of them because some of them are just repeats because of the way the drivers work. So you're going to select the VIO. Now by doing that, anything you put out to B1 comes in here. So when you talk or play sound effects, it goes out into the server or Hangout or whatever you're talking into, okay? Then you go to your output and you make sure you change that to the voice meter auxiliary. And what that'll do is put anybody talking into this 5th bar. Do I have... I probably do. watch this. This is kind of how I do it all the time. I know you're paying attention, Data, and I bet you the message you sent me in Discord is you volunteering to jump on for me. So, in Discord, you will find a link. Please be my pigeon, or monkey, or rat, or pig. I don't know. You're my test subject right now. You're gonna help me illustrate, hopefully. Now, you guys will notice on the screen that the audio inputs are showing for my desktop and for the separate voice meter auxiliary. I hope. Let me cancel that. And there's Data. Now, Data, before you say anything, you're already talking. Before he said anything, the audio output from the Hangout came through from the voice meter auxiliary. And he's coming through on voice meter auxiliary. And you'll notice you're not seeing him. Let me... What am I doing? Okay, so you see me presenting him, presenting me. I'm actually presenting to him exactly what I'm presenting on the show, and we will get back to that. It's semi-important. But until then, I have Data here, and I cannot enlarge voice meter on here. So what I'm going to do is switch to a voice meter one and show you guys what happens. Data, go ahead and say hello.
Say hello.
Now, does
hello?
everybody notice that the bar on the right under voice meter auxiliary is showing Data talking? His conversation with me is separated from any other audio effects or sounds I do. Okay, so what this allows me to do...
Blah, 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 blah.
Right. So, Data, please confirm, which you should be able to already, the fact that you can hear something like this. Yeah. Okay. What he is seeing, let me switch over to the screen that's appropriate and move this to where you can see it. Alright, so again, I am sending my audio and my sound effects out on one channel. He is getting what I'm receiving or what I'm sending from that audio channel. And then he is talking back on a separate audio channel, which I run separately. Now, if I inadvertently screw up, Data, I apologize again. You're going to be my test dummy. Go ahead and say something.
Something. Something. Something. Something. Something. Something. Something.
Is that echoing back to you?
Something. Something. No? It sounds fine. As a matter of fact, I don't hear myself. Hello? Testing? 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test.
You have the auto cancel. The chat probably didn't like that. I sent through 2 separate channels. Are you following along with me at home, Data?
Am I following along with you at home?
Are you just watching the video, or were you running what I was explaining?
No, I'm just watching the video. I haven't even installed the software yet.
Okay. So hopefully at this point, the few people that are still watching understand that your audio out is B1, your audio back to you is B2, and then you can divert it back out like that. B1 is where your audio is going out to digitally. B2 is the same thing on a different channel. A is where your audio is coming to you digitally, or through your computer or through your TV or however it be. You can adjust those by the tabs above the cassette here. Um,
The different sources.
right. So,
You have
am I
sources.
covering this well, data? Is anybody in the
Yeah.
chat got any questions before I move to covering it on another program to give you guys a second view?
I think I've got it. I mean, this is all on video too, so if we have any doubts or questions, we could always replay it or slow it down or play it and stop it and play it and stop it and experiment.
Okay, so let me get voice meter off the screen because you guys have seen enough of that. And just so you guys all understand, I have one hell of a mess of windows over here on another screen that I am messing with. And I'm trying to make sure I had a whole bunch of stuff prepared for everybody. So here we go into another program.
Do you have your TV as a second monitor, by the way?
Yes.
Good.
Alright, so which one? We are looking for this one. Now, I'm doing all the visuals right in front of you guys. So, up here.
Now you're running Windows 10.
I'm running Windows 10. Fully updated, all recent updates always kept up to date, trying to keep the shit, even though I know I probably shouldn't in most cases, still trying.
What flavor 10? Is it 10 Home, 10 Premium, 10
whatever
10
the one that
Pro?
came, it was the free one, so Home, whatever. But the
Home
settings
whatever.
I'm talking about are kind of generic, so this should work on any one of the Windows 10.
A lot of people still use Windows 7, so.
Okay. And that's fair enough. I'm pretty sure the settings are going to be relatively close, well enough that if you know how to use Windows 7 and that's why you're still using it, then you should be able to make it through.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Windows 7.
All right, so up on the screen right now, I've got the voice settings. This is, again, a screen cap so that I could do this quickly. I've got the voice settings, which you access by clicking the gear to the right of your headphones in your Discord server. And in this server, let me make this a little larger for easy view. At the top, you'll notice again for voice settings, my input device is the voice meter output VB audio VIO. And then my output, the voice coming from the person I'm talking to, is voice meter auxiliary input VB audio.
I have a question for you. A lot of sound cards have automatic. They basically, when you plug anything in, they automatically notice a difference or notice a plug. So if you plug in a microphone or a headset or whatever, they'll recognize it and then they'll change. Now, do you think that setting that automatically, in other words, having that, I think there is an option where you can turn that off
automatically once I hear myself.
You think it's, but what I'm saying is, do you think it's better to turn that off and do it manually, or have the hardware?
Let's put it this
way.
If you're at the point where you're trying to create a show, and I'm echoing through your speakers again, Data. If you're at the point where you're trying to create a show and you're trying to combine your audios and separate the audio from the person you're talking to prevent auto echoes and loops, if you're at the point where you're trying to learn this, I think you should be setting your own drivers up and making your own changes. Don't leave it to
I'm not talking about the drivers, but there is an actual, like, I know with some high definition audio in Windows, it'll recognize when you plug in anything like speakers.
Oh yeah, we're still gonna get to Windows.
It'll auto recognize
settings here.
And sometimes what it'll do is, to give you an example, the reason I asked you about how you're connecting to the television, a lot of times when you connect using that cable, the HDMI, not the HDMI, the HDMI. The HDMI will actually choose that audio over the regular plug.
So that's why voice meter is good. because you're going to have to override your computer settings, and we're going to look at those in a minute because it can cause issues. But Voicemeeter allows you to decide. I can decide what channel everything is. I can put my TV on channel 1, 2, or 3. I can put my computer audio out, which, again, once I plug my headset in, defaults to the headset. I also have a headset connection on my microphone. I can set each one of those up. Or I have a Bluetooth speaker. I can put that on there. Unfortunately, I can only put 3 outputs at a time. And it individualizes each output, so it's not going to go out equally to everything. Depending on the connection, the distance, the wire, and all of that, the time it takes to put out to my headset versus the TV versus another speaker, Bluetooth speaker, or anything else, the time changes. And it's audible. It's something you'll notice. That's part of separating everything by channel, is the time delay to each connection source changes. Now, again, real quick, the voice settings, you want to input on your Voicemeeter output VIO and your Voicemeeter input auxiliary. All right, if that doesn't make sense, rewind 5-10 minutes and roll back through it. If the input-output part confuses you, then focus on that for a few minutes. You're outputting the signal on B1 Voicemeeter VIO into wherever it's going. The person hears that voice and speaks back. When it comes back, it's going through the input for Voicemeeter auxiliary, which separates the channel from your desktop. And then when you output that, you output it through the auxiliary, which is B2, so that your audio and your guest audio can be separated on your OBS channels. Okay? Did I miss somebody? Welcome, Red Feather. How
By the
are
way,
you?
you know what VIO stands for?
No.
And it isn't necessarily Sony VIO, but the VIO, even in Sony VIO, stands for
virtual input
video
of something.
No, video and audio input output.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like virtual audio input something or other, and I just didn't realize
video audio input output.
Okay.
At least that's what at least that's what Sony says its VIO stands for.
Okay, so we've covered that one. I set up this cool screen and all of these extra windows and things to show you guys. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that one. And
now your sound clips. Do you record them? Do you grab them? What do you do?
We'll get to the sound clips. That's separate. Oh, okay. So next, we're going to take a quick look, guys, at the way you have to look at your Windows audio. And we're going to do that here. I am in my Windows 10 settings under sound. You'll see my output device is selected exactly the same as the way I did it down here from the menu. Secondly, you'll see I have the volume at 100. Because I don't control it here, I control it in Voicemeeter. Once you get your settings set, you don't have to bother with them so much. Use Voicemeeter. It not segregates, but it simplifies everything by putting it all in one spot where you can see everything. Input, you'll see that it says Voicemeeter aux input. That's me talking, I think. This is where it can get confusing even to me because of the way Windows updated. When you go in here, there's now its own kind of mixer setup, and everything you have connected. This says reset to recommended defaults. I don't want to do that at all. I had to go through my OBS and change my OBS settings to Voicemeeter input and Voicemeeter auxiliary for the output and the input. Other than that, my Discord and everything else I remain default. Does this have the hangout in here? I think the hangout, it allows to separate. Now this gets complicated. This is vitamin B. What? Why are we curing cancer in the chat? That's not the point of this stream.
I heard your chair fart.
Yeah, this old wooden chair. One day I'll get a quiet chair. Till then, listen to wood crackle. I got wood.
You got wood.
I'm a bone and I got wood. Hold on. I have a sound effect for that. Now,
Rim shot.
I am going to open a quick setting some of you might like to use. It's the volume mixer that comes with Windows 10. On this volume mixer, if you stretch it out to whatever you have running, you'll notice I have a lot of stuff. Your system sounds, your Discord sounds, audio, because I'm not in a chat. If I'm in a chat, it would give you two. One's your Discord audio sounds, one's your Discord audio conversation. And I'm not sure how the new Windows sets it up. I haven't looked at it because I don't use this. Usually,
Now those are all the breakdowns of the outputs. What about the I think
no. Hold on. Okay. This is the input into your voice meter VIO, so the primary voice meter in selection, what would normally play through your desktop speakers. This is what's channeled to there. Now, in the channeling to it, you'll notice, yes, you guys can see that. Let me move this over here. If I do, let's do a looped one. Alright, so you guys can hear that tune, and that tune's coming through loud and clear, but I can separate that tune out separately from voice meter. So if I try to do it in voice meter, anything on that channel or in that path is going to go with it. If I want to do it separate, I come here and I lower it in here on the way to the primary. And then I can lower the primary, which will lower everything in the set equally, including my volume to myself. And of course you guys heard that as well. So you guys can hear all of my computer settings and things. I can make so there are none, but then I won't hear them either. And it's a choice. You know, it comes down to your own personal selection on how and what you want to turn on and volume inputs and moves. And
when you just did that though, I didn't notice a difference in volume.
Because it's not what I'm sending to you. You noticed a difference in volume only to, not from me, okay? Because again, separate channels. You'll notice a difference in the volume. Now you can't hear the tune, can you?
No.
Okay, now I can't hear it either. I can make it so nobody else hears Jeopardy but me now. Shit, you guys didn't see that. Nobody else hears Jeopardy but me now by unclicking this B1 here. By clicking it, everybody hears it. And data, you don't have to watch the live feed. If you got the chat popped out, kill the live feed and just watch the hangout. Then you can see everything in real time. And again, I will go through real quick here. Hopefully, oh wow, we're almost at an hour. In a second then. And show you guys how and what I did there.
You know, the funny thing is, for some reason in the in our hangout, the video is real blurry. I don't know why.
I do. It's because I'm using a lot of bandwidth. Alright, let me kill the Jeopardy music that we're listening to because that's just gonna get on my nerves. Alright, we'll move that out of the way. We'll show you guys something that looks cool for a moment. Enjoy the chat and everything on the screen. I worked hard at creating the screen that I barely used for this whole tutorial stream. Okay. So we've gone over voice meter. We've gone over a little bit of OBS, but I'm showing you sort of on the screen. Let's give you that close up again. Let me eliminate the black box. Okay. Now, you guys see OBS. I am not using the Streamlabs OBS. I use OBS Studio so that I can do this, set things up, and then switch you guys over and switch back and do fun things in the background that people can't see. That just screwed up my frame rate, and I'm sorry. Catch up, catch up, catch up. Okay, now, let's get rid of the studio mode. Show you guys this. Now, the reason I use this is because sometimes the audio settings in the Streamlabs version don't work with me. Also, the studio mode is still recent. I want to play with the Streamlabs version again. I encourage you to use this one first and then download and try the Streamlabs version, because whatever you figure out and set up in here follows over there properly, except your audio settings. So for some people who may be using the Streamlabs version, your audio settings may differ a little. It may just have been for me because my settings weren't right and I'm still always learning. Now, in this version, under Tools, I downloaded an extension called the Virtual Cam. And if you guys can't read that, that's exactly what it says, is Virtual Cam. Virtual Cam gives me this little pop-up window, and that little pop-up window allows me to share with people in a Google Hangout, on a Skype call, or in a video hangout on Discord, any video that I want them to see based on the OBS. And something I'm going to be trying here has a little tip or trick to other creators. I have the power, I'm just worried about my bandwidth, to run Streamlabs OBS and OBS Studio. Now, I don't have to turn OBS Studio on streaming to share what I want to share through to a conversation, but then I can stream on the Streamlabs version of OBS and still be able to share things I want to show how I want to show them, as well as with each other if I need to. It's weird how that all works. I can explain that more in another tutorial. So let's get back to the basic how-to screen I created. I will take a look at my lost chat. There it is. Reloading. And I will ask if anybody has any questions. If anybody's been here all along and you have any curiosities, questions, or posers before the end of this hour that I can try and cover to help make this easier for you, let me know. How to sound in stream. That's right. Ryder. And I'm kind of saddened. I understand people have lives, they're busy. I was hoping to get a little Sinatra Says in here. I wanted to do a little harassment and picking on him for not knowing how to do this at 40,000 subs. And me at 200 was messing around with this shit trying to get it right. So there's that. But there are things that he does that, you know, hat off to you. You know, you got the stream boss, that you were one of the first people I saw do that. So now I don't want to do a stream boss because I see so many people do it. And, you know, hats off to Cog because he's got that little cup in the no balance zone, which is cool. It's a fun little thing to do in his chat. I want to see other creators have what I feel is basic knowledge, and maybe I'll see other creators learn things and share what they feel is basic knowledge with others, and go, hey, you know, by the way, this is a stupid trick, but you can press Shift and Alt to cut and Shift to resize any window in OBS.
Hanson has a question for you.
What do you got,
Hanson has a question for you.
I think it was something called sound compressing in OBS. Have you tried it? I don't know. Let's check my audio settings here. Maybe. I don't know what my sound compression rate is, to be honest. And it's not there. It's on the output. No, it's not. No, it's not. Recording audio.
I'll do a quick Google search.
Yeah, I might have to look that one up, buddy. I'm a relatively new guy to this. I learned by trying. You got me. I'm confused. And I'm going through all the settings.
Compression. The noise suppression filter is built into OBS. The gate, the EQ, and compressor effects used in this guide all come with excellent.
Okay, so basically the gate feature and compression feature. Okay, so now that I understand that, I don't know. I don't use them in OBS. I, again, channel into OBS using Voice Meter Banana. So let's give you guys that on the screen. Move you to see.
Here we go. What is the new compression filter? The compressor filter on OBS Studio. Let's see. I do not encourage users to break toss of the Twitch.
Okay, so while he's reading that, to give us a rundown if he can, there is a compression and gate filter in OBS for all of your mic channels. So I actually use it depending on what's going on in the background. If there's a lot of noise, if my computer fan is running a little loud, if furnace, washer, dryer, anything. If I can hear sounds, what I'll do is I'll adjust the gate here. You can see I have it highlighted and it's at 0.4. It's not very high. It allows me, for those who don't know, when I stop talking, it'll quiet out my channel and allow usually my guests to come through clearer for others. And then the compression, which I don't use, to be honest. And I don't honestly know what they are. Think it was to make sound level be more the same so you can scream without blowing out speakers. I got an idea. Don't fucking scream and you won't blow out speakers. Of course, I know that's hard for some people. I can always back up and yell louder and my microphone will get me nice and clear. But then I gotta get close to sound good.
Don't fucking scream.
Yeah, there's no point in screaming. I think I've been screamed at more than I've screamed at people. Ever.
Yeah, I think it's actually in mic settings.
Is it? Okay, so I don't go through all that. This is what I'm trying to do to get across to people in the last, shit, my YouTube screen froze. There it goes. 57. So a couple minutes. In the last couple minutes to get across. This is me wrote it down on paper. Drew lines. Connect signal. Did on computer. It work. Me sound good. That's how stupid simple I hope I made this. I know it seems complicated, which is why I tried to illustrate it so well and have all the windows and everything ready for everybody. It's really not. I literally had to draw it on a piece of paper to figure it out. So you can adjust everything however and wherever you want. For instance, little creator tip on the back end. If you watch the Great Debate, at the end of the show, I will play the game show music. I don't mute myself when I play the music because I play the music and fade it out. When I fade it out on OBS. So it fades out to you, and as soon as I hit the bottom of the meter, I try to click stop streaming so that it glitches a second or two back into right as the music was fading out. So anybody who watches the playback or watches it live should hear the music fade out at the end and then stop. As close as I can to getting it actual, because between OBS and YouTube you have a couple of seconds, and then between YouTube and the viewers you have a couple seconds. And the reason I know that is I have that same couple second lag between a standard chat and the YouTube chat, which is why I can get confused sometimes. Is the YouTube chat is the last one to pop up with what people are saying. Sometimes you'll notice things you say on my show or in my chat come up on stream really fast. the settings that I've managed to perfect through my time on YouTube to try and give you guys a good show, best I can within my ability. I've only got a 7 to 8 second delay, and you guys get to chat with only about a 6 second delay. So I've got stuff coming in, like it's coming in as fast and going out as fast as I can set it up. So when there's a problem, I see it very quick. I hope this helps you guys with your audio settings and some of your other ideas and techniques. I'm usually available to ask questions, though it's summertime and I try to stay busy. In the winter, I'm always at my computer, though it seems. Think you don't need it, but some have a problem with it because they most of the time speak low, but sometimes getting too high. Oh, you know what? Hans P.S. Hansen. Okay. This is my idea. This is my suggestion to other YouTubers. On your screen right now, you see voice meter. And in that voice meter, again, you see where I'm speaking. And I'm sending B1 out to you guys right here. And I'm sending A1 out to me right here. Anything that happens, I'm also hearing. So I hear myself talk. Let me get really close to my mic. And if I get really close to my mic, you can hear my headset echoing back through my microphone. Kind of a weird, freaky cool, but it tells me when I get too close or my headset's too loud. Allows me to make adjustments. Tells me what you guys are hearing and allows me to hear it as you hear it so I can adjust accordingly. Instead of the stream getting too loud or quiet, I realized that, hey, I'm starting to sound a little quiet because I kind of got too far away from the mic. Maybe I need to speak louder as I lean back so you guys can hear me and get softer as I lean forward so that I sound cool.
You're rambling.
Yeah, I am. I'm exampling by moving around my mic. But when I get closer, I talk quieter. You guys notice my tone changes depending on where I am. And when I get close, I try to notice... I get real loud for... Oh, shit, I gotta quiet down. I'm too close to the mic. I can hear it all. I do that on purpose. I train myself to listen and make sure I make adjustments. I cannot sit and watch what you're watching on the other end at the same time I'm putting it out. So I have to do my best to figure out what you're getting as you're getting it and make sure that I fix it all right here. I got nobody between me and you. I got me between me and you. I got to make sure me puts me out well. Now, for all the rest of you peoples, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you, Dada, for being my guinea pig.
No problem.
Maybe I'll do another stream Thursday. I don't know. Here's the problem, folks. I'm not doing anything for the 4th of July online because I'm leaving my house at about 3 o'clock and I won't be back till about 11 because family's doing a barbecue. I usually end up doing the cooking. It's not at my house even, and I'm doing the cooking. And then there's small fireworks show and some hangout time, and then I'll be home late. So no stream Wednesday. Tonight and Thursday I might be on someone else's stream. We'll see how that all works out, what their schedule is. Friday's the great debate. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully Ryder. I think it was Ryder. Maybe it was Call to the Lich. Somebody's supposed to join me on a Friday. I'll figure it out. Then Saturday, again, the Numbed Wasteland. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining me. Please remember, there are buttons. You are supposed to kick, lap. No. Lap? Kick, lip. Kick, lick,
Comment.
punch.
Comment.
There's buttons. Hit the buttons.
Type.
Feel good about the buttons, and yeah, do what that says. If you like what I got, or think I should add more, or
ask a
something
question.
else, questions, however, wherever, whatever, get hold of me, guys. I got no music for this, so on the way out, it's a terrible